Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7, and today I am actually doing Kiss of Frost, and it's been really frustrating. This has been an abnormally frustrating set of content, and that in itself is frustrating because I think the content itself is actually enjoyable and would be fun to build towards. So, as we show you my Epic Hell team, it's not going to be copyable, it's just what I've got done. I just want to say that I think this further shows how much free equipment removal kind of harms this game. Personally, I would have really enjoyed this. I would have had fun building units. I would have had fun doing things. But between all the gold I had to spend, all the Molagoras I had to spend quite a bit as well. And just like the entire ruining of a bunch of my characters that I used just to get the characters I used here better. It's really frustrating to me because I feel like this could have been a lot more well received. Yes, it's very hard, but very hard is generally okay for like the super long-term players if you let them actually interact with the content. So rant aside, I'm gonna have the links or the character stats for all the units I use in the link description below on a website that I made. It'll be in the Kiss of Frost section if you want to check that out. Also, if you want to start your own website just like that, you can sign up with Squarespace with my affiliate link, and I'll put you on my website as well so we can all see your stats. So this is the teams I went with here, and obviously lots of Earth units except for the last team, and I guess Meg Chloe. The first team is relatively easy. I was able to do it with like a boatload of different combinations. I wasn't worried at all about this. Landy and Senya both do great, so does Vivian. Second one was a little frustrating. I believe Mercenary Helga works well here, but if you can see by my gold count, I just didn't have the resources to really build Mercenary Helga, so I couldn't. So I went with this instead, but it wasn't enough damage because my Sid was +0, so I had to put Molagoras in a Sid. I also tried Charles here, but it just wasn't stable enough with my current setup. Also, my Rowana is on counter, and I feel like that actually hurts me in this phase. And the final phase here is Flan, Oxlots, and Sigrid. It took me a lot of gold to fix this too because I built them. I spent like 1,000,000 gold getting their speed up to like 240, and it turns out that wasn't enough for how slow I deal with Team 2. So I had to like spend another 1,000,000 gold and put them up to 255. And then my Sigrid didn't do enough damage, so I tried to fix that. And then I tried Baiken, and my Baiken didn't do enough damage. And then I went back to Sigrid and gave her a couple extra Molagoras, and it ended up working. So we are going to be autoing the first two stages here. I can still fail the second stage, which is a little unfortunate. Also, I believe my turn ordering might be wrong here. Like my Landy is... I feel like my Landy would be better not on a bruiser. There's so many things that could change to this team to make it better if you're having problems. I also tried out Bellona, and she worked really well. It just kind of got me frustrated that her passive, Alicia of the Ice's passive, doesn't really... It punishes Bellona, right? So that felt kind of bad. I feel like that's just a little bit of a side effect of SSB, because SSB would probably be, in quotes, too good here. So yeah, this phase is pretty easy. There's a ton of ways you can do it, but it's not just about it being easy. It's about how fast you can do it, right? If you can see the boss here, every time we hit it, the speed goes up. So you want to do this in as little turns as possible. And I'm not sure if I can speed this up a little faster. Like, one of the problems here is sometimes I don't get it at that point. And then we have this one as well, which is really annoying here. I have Sid with skills off, and one thing too I can mention is I believe they lose the defense buff if the ad is hit by a single attack 7 times in this phase. So I think if you're having problems with the next phase, really sucks to get that stun there though. If you're having problems with the next phase, your Sigrid isn't doing enough damage or whatever you're doing, you might want to just click on this guy here, or just manual this, obviously. You don't have to do it too many times. But you can click on the ad right here 7 times until it gets rid of the defense buff, and then go from there. So this is the toughest phase for me, I would say. I don't know why. Everybody I talked to had a semi-easy time, but I think a mix between my counterattack Rowana is causing problems, because every time she counterattacks, every time Maid attacks, we stack up the speed and attack boost on Elysia of the Ice here, right? Which is a problem. And also, we don't always have the most buffs up, especially with Roana and Chloe together, because their first turn overlaps, which is a little unfortunate. Also, defense break with Sid is a little bit rough. I also bought a skin for this, so I'm actually pretty pumped I spent resources on him. But like, if he got stunned there, I would probably be in a lot of trouble here. And we can see this is stacking up pretty high, which is just not good news, right? That's bad news bears. And again, there are a ton of guides for this out already. This is just what my guild and I kind of work towards. So if you're looking for specific units or easier teams, there's probably other videos for you. This is just showing what I ended up doing here. And we did get the defense break, which adds a ton of damage. Also, I'm going to pause for a second. It's important to note how insane Molagoras are, right? Like, I was having so much trouble with this because my Sid, who was better than a couple other people's Sids in the guild, was not doing enough damage. And he was only doing like 3,200 a hit or something like that. And it turns out with like 3 Molagora is all I put into him, I think. He ended up doing like 4,500, 500, or 5,000, which adds up a ton when you Dust Devil as well. And then on top of that, with attack buff, he went up to like 65, 7,000. So it's insane how much that Molagora helps. So if you're particularly struggling with something, take a look at your Mola, unfortunately, and debate whether it's worth it or not, because Molas are pretty much the most important resource in the game. And we can see here I'm almost dying, which will really slow this down. But we did pull through. And then the final stage, I do manual. We might actually be able to auto here. And you can see in the bottom left here where the CR boost is. And her speed at the start of this turn is entirely dependent on how many times you hit her, right? So how long your other 2 phases take. So if you go second, you lose, basically. Not basically, definitely lose. So right now I'm 253 speed, but other people in my guild were able to outspeed him with like 230. So it makes a massive difference here. We don't need to burn here because my Sigrid is 350. Actually, she's 380 crit damage, which obviously doesn't do anything, so she won't get any boost from this. So we're just going to skill 3 here, and you know, if we hit a 15%, we just lose, which is really unfortunate. And then the funny part here, I missed so many crits on this boss, it was so infuriating. So my Sigrid has 84% chance to crit right now. So I missed a bunch of crits because of that. And then I equipped the crit rate artifact on Lots, which for me is plus 14.4% chance to crit. So that puts up my Sigrid to 98.4% chance to crit. And what do you know? I still missed the crit. So a little frustrated here. You can see I'm worked up, okay? This is worked up Mango. I'm not having as much fun as I should be here, I think. But you know, we're still having fun. So we want to burn here. You'll have a ton of souls from this. If you miss a crit here, they will get rid of a debuff. If you're debuffed while you do this, they will also get rid of a debuff. So basically, if any of those things happen, so if you attack and don't crit, defense break is probably gone. If you have a buff on and you attack her, defense break is probably gone, right? So now we just skill 3 here, and I hope this kills. Yeah, so we actually don't kill here, which is a little frustrating. And I hope we can kill with this. We're dead. Oh, are we not dead? Come on. Come on, Lots, you got this. Nope, we're dead. So that's the team. So ways we can not die to that is a little frustrating. So actually, let me go look at my Sigrid here. If my Sigrid landed a bleed, they would have died to that, by the way. My Sigrid here is only, let's move me over here. +3, +4, +5. So if I had the final Molagora here, if I had the final Molagora here, would have 100% killed and would pretty much 100% kill no matter what. Also, if I had imprints, at least even 1 or 2 imprints, I would 100% kill. We have 4,800 attack, 84% plus the 15%, so 99% to crit, and 350 crit damage. I'm way over crit damage, but I can't actually get it any lower with the destruction set. So ideally, what I would do is probably use a rage set instead. I believe the damage requirement would be a lot worse than that, but as you can see, I have 45,000 gold, so I can't do that. So yeah, I don't want to do that battle again. I'm frustrated right now, but I'm semi having fun. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear what teams you cleared it with. I'd also love to hear some feedback. I think this is a big jump for them in terms of content, and it's something they definitely want to gather feedback on. So if you like this, if you didn't like this, if there were certain parts you like, certain parts you didn't like, make sure you leave a comment down there while you're hitting the like button, and maybe we'll improve on these as we go. Again, just personally, from my personal opinion of this content so far, I've actually really enjoyed it, but there's a huge wall stopping me from enjoying it. So that's the big thing with me. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.